Hi, I'm John, and I'm from the Committee of African-American Vernacular English. And I am a prospect. I am not a founding member like I am for Black Revolutionary Underground Heroes. Now, I'm here to talk with you guys today about crash out. The word crash out. Verb, crash out. I'm here to tell you guys that you guys are not using the word crash out correctly. And I have a list right here of crash outs that I want to read off to you guys just to give you an example of what an actual crash out is. However, before we go into the list, we have to establish what a crash out is. That's a verb, crash out. 1. A crash out is someone who throws caution into the wind. They throw caution into the wind. What does that mean? That means they don't give a fuck. 2. A crash out, or actually, it's not just a verb. It would also be a noun. Okay, a crash out would also be a noun. I'm sorry, I was correct. It's also a noun. So we are using it as he's a crash out. Yeah, it's also a noun. So again, 1, they're throwing caution to the wind. They don't give a fuck. 2, they are throwing their life away. That, or they are affecting the world in an irreparable way, right? So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna name this. I'm gonna get to the list now. So remember, I'm a prospect. I'm not the one telling you guys this. I am just reading what I was told to read from my superiors. Okay. The dad that ran over that cop who ixnayed his teen a day before. Luigi Mangione, Kendrick Lamar, the FBI versus King X, Fred Hampton, and the entire Black Panther Party. Assata Shakur, Jesus, Peter, Nat Turner, Harriet Tubman, ODB, Bin Laden and the 9/11 hijackers, Flight 93 passengers, if you know, you know, George Bush, John Wilkes Booth, Al Davis, Queen Nzinga, Oda Nobunaga. He is one of the 3 people who united Japan. Okay. Lil Durk, King Vine, King Booker, that's Booker T, Nia Jax, CM Punk, Crispus Attucks, Shaka Zulu and the Zulu Warriors, the Hutus, January 6 maggots, every chop suey bomber ever, Antonio Brown, Buccaneers Tom Brady, Shannon Sharp, Will Smith, Tupac, Mike Tyson versus Holyfield twice, Ice Cube, German Shepherds during the Civil Rights Movement. That guy, you know, that guy with the swash, yeah, that guy, mustache guy, yeah, that guy. Qin Shi Huang, he united China. Genghis Khan, we all know. You know how many people on this planet right now are descendants of Genghis Khan? Joseph Stalin, Tokugawa Ieyasu, he was one of the 3 people that united Japan. Napoleon, Toussaint, Richard Sherman, Toyotomi Hideyoshi, he's the 3rd person who helped unite Japan. The natives who fought back, every American slave uprising, the niggas who shanked up Julius Caesar, the Vikings versus other Europeans, because I heard they were pretty nice to the other people they came across. Cat Williams, Monique, Bret Hart, Montreal Screwjob, Fidel Castro, the Mau Mau, Noriega, Nelson Mandela pre-prison, Winnie Mandela the entire time, Lisa Left Eye Lopez, Leonidas, Joseph Matubu versus Patrice Lumumba. If you know, you know. The Catholic Church versus little boy rabbit holes, because they don't care. They just moved the priest somewhere else. Okay. Strom Thurmond, Orlando Anderson, Yolanda Salvador. Orlando Anderson killed Tupac, or Yolanda Salvador, she killed Salinas. Mark David Chapman, Solange Knowles. Cain versus Abel, we all know that story. Matt Hardy, the French, they know how to crash out now. Marie Antoinette knows, okay? The Italians who stressed out Mussolini. Bitch ass King Leopold versus the Congo. Alexander, Chelsea Manning, Eric Snowden, Mel Gibson, Chris Brown, Crips and Bloods during the late 80s, early 90s. MS-13 in the DMV in the early 2000s. Trenchcoat Mafia, Eminem, 50 Cent, The Game, Pusha T, Jadakiss during any beef, Jadakiss during verses with Dissect, DMX, OG Crash Out, Quentin Tarantino when you ask him not to use the N-word in his movies, Jane Elliott. Now, she's different. Jane Elliott, she's not a crash out. But what she do to those white folk, she make them crash out. J.K. Rowling, Leroy Jenkins, Florida Man, Carol Baskins, and Honey Badgers. Those are official examples of crash outs. If these people are not doing something to essentially throw their lives away, they're not a crash out. If they're screaming at a camera, talking about, they're not a crash out. They're not. And some of these examples would have asterisks. Like I put the very second person, the third person was Kendrick Lamar. Now Kendrick Lamar went up against the most popular rapper ever in the world. He could have, first of all, he knew he wasn't going to lose. He knew he wasn't going to lose, at least rapping. But, you know, you could throw your career away going up against someone that powerful. And guess what we saw? We saw that shit go in reverse. But he did irreparable gain to hip hop. And whether it was negative or positive, he did irreparable damage to hip hop. He caused a change. Now, there are other things that are thrown in there, obviously, to be funny. German shepherds during the civil rights movement. Yeah, like that. However, again, if you do not throw your life away, if you do not throw caution to the wind, you're not crashing out. You're not a crash out. From the African-American Vernacular English, from the Council of the African-American Vernacular English. Y'all have a good one.
The bamboo earrings, baby.